right here, making his way in after the death of his team last night. I want you to explain to me why you think they got robbed. You sent me a text that says, I am so pissed. And then, before that, the text said, what a disgrace. Okay? Explain to me the problem with last night.
The problem was, Spurs are about to win this game.
How are they winning? They're losing by 1. They don't have the ball. They would have got the ball.
The problem was, Dion Waiters, being the low-lying, crappy player that he is, thinks he has to cheat to win the game. So what he does is he takes his forearm, clocks Manu Ginobili right in the chest, clearly, offensive foul.
Right. So you get the ball, right?
Spurs get the ball.
Right. But what happened when he threw in the ball? What happened?
Spurs stole the ball.
Right.
And what ensued? Chaos.
Right, because a team that's really supposed to be good and really experienced couldn't execute. So what does that say about that?
There's no execution.
The Warriors would have executed. Steph Curry hits that 3.
There's no execution involved because it's chaos.
Why is it chaos? They had the ball. They had a 3-on-2, and he had a layup, and he passed it for a 3.
Look at the situation that ensued. Chaos. I will take a dead ball on the side with 9 seconds left with the best coach in the NBA for the longest time I can remember.
Yeah.
A play designed and called
Yeah.
for Greg Popovich to execute. And the
Okay.
Spurs execute better than anybody.
Okay, so you're telling me that your players aren't good enough to execute on their own. They have to have this Hall of Fame coach to make them good. So they're not good enough by themselves.
You can't argue that a play setup is less effective than chaos that ensued.
Let me ask you this. Why didn't they go for a layup when they had the wide open layup?
Because Steven Adams would have blocked it, and then he would have rebounded.
Why did he airball the 3-pointer? Because why?
Because it's Patty Mills.
Okay, all right. Just wondering. So
I will take a design play over chaos 10 out of 10 days
right.
of the week.
But the response was that it was a disgrace. But when the actuality is you got the ball back and you had a chance to score and you did it, maybe you should blame your players, not the refs.
No, the refs are the ones that missed the call.
Oh,
the refs are the ones that already admitted that they made a bad call.
So the Spurs, since you've been on their bandwagon, they have.
It hasn't been a bandwagon if you're a day one, man.
Okay, so
I'm a day oneer.
So since you've been on the bandwagon, the Spurs have never benefited from a bad call to win a big game.
They've been on. Yeah, they have.
Okay, so why are we? It all happens
Because
Who
this
cares?
is never. All the people, Magic Johnson, Chris Webber,
Right.
Charles Barkley,
Dion Waiters came up with a very smart way to
Shaquille O'Neal.
creatively.
In 40 years of the whole life of them playing and watching basketball, they have never seen that call missed.
So
It is the worst non-call in NBA history.
that is maybe the stupidest thing I've ever heard you say.
It's not. And I'm not the only one that's saying it this morning or last night.
Yeah, because it did not matter.
Yes, it did.
They had 2 shots and they screwed it up.
The Spurs get the ball on the side out.
So let me
on a
ask-
design play, they execute, they win.
Now let me
Game
ask
over.
you this: since they lost last night, clearly the momentum is in the favor of the Thunder now.
No.
As they go back,
They know they got lucky.
They got lucky, but yet they still won the game. So now they're 1-1 going back. They have the home court advantage now. The Thunder do.
Until they lose game 3.
So you're telling me that the Thunder aren't winning any more games here in this series?
They might win one more.
Might win one more.
They might win one more.
No, what's going to happen is the Spurs, this is the death of the Spurs. This is what we will look back on, and it will be that moment where Tim Duncan's reign.
If you had this camera in here the past 10 years, you're going to hear Jeff Turn make that same exact statement every year that, oh, this is the death of the Spurs, this is the death of the Spurs. Well, it seems like Turn has lost a lot of money and a lot of bets betting against the Spurs.
Yeah, man, I bought him lunch 500 times because of Spurs, but let me tell you
So
this.
history would say that the statement Turn just made is not accurate.
No, but that history would also, just like this guy right here who cheers for the flippin' Cubs, who thinks that they might win a World Series, eventually it has to happen. So this year, let's call it the death of the Spurs.
No. You know why it's not going to happen?
Why?
Because the Spurs are a better team than the Thunder. So it might happen, but not in this round.
How about Billy Donovan? Good coaching, man. He probably outcoached Pop last night.
Yeah, a good coach sits on the side on the bench and just watches Westbrook and Durant play 2-on-5 the whole game. And occasionally they win a game because, they're volume shooters. You take enough shots, you're going to make them.
They scored 98 points and they beat you guys. I don't know how much volume was there. All I know is the better team last night, won the game because they executed at the end.
The Thunder deserved to win last night, but what is highlighted and what could have changed the Spurs playing a terrible game for the 47 and a half minutes before that was probably the worst non-call in NBA history.
Okay, all right. Well, there you have it. When you hear a homer and then you hear some real stuff right here, you can decide which one you want to believe.